Hello guys, let's discuss current affairs, and this week's first question we focus on the Reserve Bank of India, which has approved the appointment of Rajit Verma as the new CEO of DBS India. Now, please understand that DBS is a Singapore-based bank. In fact, the old name of DBS is the Development Bank of Singapore, of course, and it does not use it any longer. A lot of banks, a lot of business enterprises in the past have had full names. Now they don't use them. Like we have ICICI Bank. ICICI was started in 1955 as a Government of India company with the full name of Investment Credit and Investment Corporation of India. But after it started its retail business, that is, it started ICICI Bank, it stopped using the full name. So it no longer is called by its full name, it's simply ICICI. Now we also have ITC Limited. In the beginning it was called Imperial Tobacco Company, then came to be called Indian Tobacco Company, now it's called ITC Limited. Now, in the same way, DBS, my friends, is Development Bank of Singapore. Once in a while, once upon a time, today simply DBS. Now, its India operations has a new CEO, Rajat Verma. You also need to appreciate that it's largest bank in Southeast Asia. It's the largest bank in Southeast Asia, and it's in Singapore. It's in Singapore. A largest bank by what? By what yardstick? Assets. Its assets are a little over $760 billion, and its world CEO is Piyush Gupta. Piyush Gupta is the world CEO of global CEO of DBS. Okay, what about the choices here? Amitabh Chaudhary is the CEO of Axis Bank. Okay, this is Axis Bank, and let me write the name of the bank. Axis. Sandeep Bakshi, ICICI. We are discussing banks, so Rakesh Sharma, IDBI Bank. Sashidhar Jagdishan, HDFC Bank. Okay, so there we go, guys. India's first glass bridge has been inaugurated. Yeah, this glass bridge is over sea, and it's not completely glass. It's only in the center that you find glass here. Okay, only here do you find glass. This is between it's in Kanyakumari, and Kanyakumari, as you know, is home to the Vivekananda Rock Memorial. And there is, of course, there is another, there is a statue of the great Saint Tiruvalluvar. So this is a 77 meter long glass bridge, and about, I think, 10 meter wide. So this is the thing. Okay. It connects Vivekananda Rock Memorial with Tiruvalluvar statue, and it's in Kanyakumari. Kanyakumari is the southernmost point of mainland India. Mainland India is this is mainland India. Okay, peninsular India is mainland India. The whole of, see, when we say mainland, it's all not island based. Okay, it's a part of a continent. This is called continental India. We are in continental India. I'm in Hyderabad, so I'm in continental India. If I were in Lakshadweep, okay, or Andaman Nicobar Islands, then I would be in India own territory, not in continental India. Fair? So the southernmost point of mainland India would be Kanyakumari, and the southernmost point of India own territory would be Indira Point, which is in Andaman and Nicobar Islands. This is named after Ma Parvati. Okay, avatar of Parvati, Kanya. Rameshwaram, I think you know these places, but let's look at Puducherry. Puducherry is India's only union territory that is spread across 3 states. We have Karaikal, Puducherry and Karaikal in Tamil Nadu. We have Yanam in Andhra Pradesh and Mahe in Kerala. Okay, and as you know, Mahe, my friends, is the smallest district in India. It's about 9 square kilometers. Pretty small it is, my friends. Yeah, Cochin is in, it's a major port in Kerala. Nagapattinam, Rameshwaram, Kanyakumari are all in Tamil Nadu. Okay, I guess that's about it, my friends. From there, let's look at this. The asset quality of India's banks has, when we say banks, we are talking of scheduled commercial banks, has improved dramatically with the GNPA, gross national product, sorry, gross national gross non-performing assets. I think I'm stuck with the GDP thing. Yeah. A while ago, I was discussing this with a couple, with a friend. So I was discussing GDP numbers with them. So I think it's just in the mind. GNPA is gross non-performing assets. You pronounce this as gross. It's not gross, it's gross. Non-performing asset. What is a non-performing asset? What's an asset for a bank? When it lends money to you and when it earns money on that money, that is interest, it's an asset. Okay. When it lends its asset to you, that is money to you, it expects you to repay it, and of course with the principal and the interest, that is. But often it happens, and these days it's quite there, that people don't repay the money. So this loan that the bank has lent you, it's the asset it has lent to you, is not performing anything for the bank. So it becomes a non-performing asset. Ladies and gentlemen, the bank waits for 90 days from the due date. 90 days from the due date. So a non-performing asset is that money which has not been returned to the bank, okay, a loan that has not been repaid. And when we say loan, this includes the principal or interest or both, within 90 days from the due date, within 90 days from the due date. So beyond 90 days, it becomes an NPA. And gross NPAs have declined to 2.6%. Yeah, 2.6% of total advances. Of the total money they have lent, this has come down, which also is indicative of people are repaying. Now let's look at NNPS, net NPS. Net NPS 0.6%, which is again a pretty good one. But please understand, this is because of multiple reasons. One is, of course, higher write-offs. Banks have written off loans. Yeah, there are some loans that they said, okay, this money is not going to come back. This money is not going to come back. So when they write it off, it no longer is a part of NPA. You got this? Yeah. So there's, there are a lot of tricky business tactics, my friends, that banks use. This is just one of them. And this is from the RBI. RBI comes up with the financial stability report every year, and this is an extract from that FSR. So as per the World Bank, Dash's share in global remittances was 14.3% for 2024, the highest such share for any country since the turn of the millennium. Millennium is 1000 years, so last millennium ended in 1999. So ladies and gentlemen, you can say 1999 or 2000, depending on how you look at it. India's share in global remittances was 14%. Phenomenal, my friends. What is the total number basically? Since it's all in white here, I'll use red here. Total remittances in the world were $685 billion. Ladies and gentlemen, when I say remittance, what's remittance? Remittance is the money sent back home by individuals working abroad. So let's say you have a cousin in America. This cousin sends money home back to his family. That money is called remittance. Okay. Typically, this money is used by the household, to meet household expenditures plus other lifestyle expenses and all that stuff. It actually props up the local economy. A good example would be Kerala. A lot of money in Kerala comes from abroad, especially in the Gulf, from the Gulf nations of the UAE, Qatar, Bahrain, Kuwait, and Saudi Arabia. But overall, global remittances were $685 billion. So from rich countries or from individuals, working abroad, they sent back home $685 billion, of which 14.3%, a total of $129.1 billion. Take 129. $129 billion was sent back by Indians working abroad. This money came to India, my friends. Okay. Now, Look at China, look at Mexico, number 2. See, a lot of these Mexicans work in America, so they sent back nearly 6.68, that is 10%, 10% of the global remittances. But China's 4.48, which is a little over 5.3%. Now the thing here is, China's share has gone down by almost 50% in the last 4 or 5 years. Why? The reason's pretty simple. China has prospered economically. China has prospered economically, and that also has meant that fewer people go out. If jobs are available within the country, why would people go out? Second reason, population is aging. Population is aging. As population ages, fewer people, young people go out. Okay, people with less skills don't go out. People who are aged don't go out. So, remittances also have declined. Okay, look at this. Pakistan, you see this, Pakistan, my friends, $33 billion. That's huge for a country like Pakistan, which is nearly bankrupt. Yeah, nearly bankrupt. India has been a global leader in remittances for a long time, and now that I have shared the data of total of $685 billion, just keep in mind, Indians send back home a lot of money. Okay. Who has become the fastest Indian bowler to reach not just fastest Indian bowler, in fact he is, I think, the fastest in the world to reach 200 wickets in test cricket. Well, we have Jasprit Bumrah, who has taken just 19 test whose 205 wickets have come at 19.52, and this had come only in test matches. I have not mentioned 43 tests. In 43 tests, he has taken 205 wickets at 19.52. So, I mean, he has given away just 19.52 runs for every wicket he has taken. That's an average, of course. That's a phenomenal number, my friends. Okay, and he has his own records. Uniquely for a bowler, he also holds a record for scoring the maximum number of runs in a test over. He scored 35 runs in an over of the English player, what's his name? Stuart Broad, 2022, I think, in England. He scored 35 runs, there were 4 fours and 2 sixes, plus some extras, wides and all that stuff. So, 35 runs. And one more thing, he is the only bowler who has been ranked number 1 across 33 different formats. T20, world number 1, ODIs, world number 1, and Test cricket, world number 1. So, that, ladies and gentlemen, is Jasprit Singh Bumrah for you. Okay, that's his full name. He struggled a lot, my friends, extreme struggle, but look, who doesn't struggle, who doesn't have problems, but we don't give in. If we don't give in, we have a lot of things working for us. Only if we are strong mentally, we are dedicated to what we wish to achieve. And that, it's just not that, we need to be dedicated. We need to back that up with a lot of hard work, consistent hard work. Okay. So, which country has begun its 2-year tenure as a non-permanent member of the UN Security Council on 1st Jan 2025? The UN has 6 principal organs, one of which is the Security Council, and the Security Council has 5 permanent members and 10 non-permanent members who are elected. These non-permanent members are elected for a 2-year term. So, and what you need to know here is this, that this year 4 countries have come in. These 4: Pakistan, Denmark, Greece, and Panama. This is Panama here. You can see this is Panama. Let me use red here. This is Panama. Okay, it's also a country that connects North America with South America. And here you can see is the Panama Canal. The Panama Canal is about 82 kilometers long. 82 kilometers long, and it was started in 1914. Okay, one thing you need to know is that this was started by the French, but they could not complete it. The Americans completed it. Okay, now the president-elect of America, Donald Trump, says that, well, I will take back this Panama Canal. Now, there are reasons for that, but we will not get into that. But you know, there is something called the Panama hat. There is something called the Panama hat, but it's not made in Panama. It's made down south, you know, in a country called Ecuador. Okay. Just to tell you, Panama's capital is Panama City. Greece's capital is Athens. Denmark, Copenhagen. Pakistan, of course, Islamabad. Now, you know, Pakistan's Prime Minister is Shehbaz Sharif. Denmark's Prime Minister is Mette Frederiksen. I thought it would be an overload. That's why I just did not mention the names of the leaders, my friends. Okay. So, you see, this is a fascinating place. This is where you would find this Mayan people, Mexico and Central Asia here. Central America. Which football club has won the 78th trophy National Football Championship? Remember, it's called Santosh Trophy. The Santosh Trophy is the name of the National Football Championship. Okay. So, this is named after the Maharaja of Santosh, who's like Bangladesh. It was in Bangladesh in the past. Now, for a record 33rd time, you know, the West Bengal football team has won, you know, the National Football Championship. It defeated Kerala in the final. And the best player was a guy named Robbie Hansta. Best player, Robbie Hansta. Find out to which club he plays, for which club for which team he plays. This is a little homework for you, Robbie Hansta. Okay. I guess that should be it, my friends. And remember, the FIFA 2026 World Cup Football Championship will be held in 3 countries, Mexico, United States and Canada. So, Mexico, United States, Canada, or Canada, United States, Mexico. Okay. That's the 2026 FIFA World Cup. Who among the following have shared the 2024 World Blitz Chess Championship? Now, usually you don't share the prize. But in the final, which was played between Magnus Carlsen, the Norwegian player, he belongs to Norway, and Ian Nepomniachtchi. I actually would struggle to read this name. Yeah, Ian Nepomniachtchi. This guy is from Russia. He is from Russia. Okay, they played about 4 or 5 tiebreakers. All ended in a bad way. In a stalemate. So they said, okay, let's share the prize. This was a proposal of Carlsen, and he said, okay. Ian said, let's share this. So they are joint winners. What about the women's? The women's winner was J. Wenjun. Okay. Or in some places you will find the name to be Zhu Wenjun. No harm. Okay. Zhu Wenjun, who is from China. Zhu Wenjun. You know, Zhu Wenjun finished in the, at the end of the tiebreaker rounds, at the end of the formal round table, round robin league, she finished in the 4th or 5th place, almost 1.5 points below the bronze medalist, our Vaishali Ramesh Babu. But unfortunately for Vaishali, while she won the bronze medal, she could not take it to the, she could not go to the final. Happens, yeah. So Zhu Wenjun, from the Zhu Wenjun, let's go to the next one. And by the way, this was held in New York. World Blitz Chess Championship was held in New York. Which is the first location on earth to celebrate the new year on 1st January? This is in a place called Kiribati. This is pronounced with Bas, B-A-S-S. Okay, Kiribati. Now you see, this is Australia, New Zealand. These are the Oceania. This entire region is called Oceania. Okay. Now I want you to become familiar with something. You see these colors here. This is all one country, Kiribati. This is all one country, Kiribati. It is spread across 811 square kilometers. 811 square kilometers, 32 atolls. Atolls are more or less, islands basically built of coral reefs, dead corals and all that. So 32 atolls, and they have very small population. And please know that this is spread across 4. It is, you see this 4 hemisphere. This is the let's say Western hemisphere, Eastern hemisphere, everything. It's the only country in the world that is spread across 4 hemispheres: northern, southern, eastern, western. Okay. Now one more thing. You see, this is spread across a large area, and this also makes it the first country in the world to see the sunrise, or you could say welcome the new year. Okay. The capital is, let's just focus on the capital, Tarawa. Fiji is Suva. Tuvalu. Tuvalu is Funafuti. Funafuti. Tonga. Nuku. Alofa. And Samoa, Apia. These are tiny countries. APIA, Apia. You will find all of them here. Okay. See, if I point to this is Fiji. If I tell you this is Fiji, you may wonder what is there basically. Okay. It's okay. Don't worry too much, but you will find them, all of them here. Okay. Which country has officially joined the European Union's Schengen zone, to take the country, the borderless area to 29 countries. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Schengen area. This is the Schengen area. I want you to become familiar with this, because the Schengen area is a visa-free, common visa area. So, if you are a traveler, if you want to visit any of these countries, you can take a Schengen visa and you can travel to all of these countries, with a common visa. So, basically it's a borderless travel. Borderless. Okay, it's not borderless. Now, there are 27. You can see that, what are the countries here? Bulgaria and Romania have come in. Okay. This is Belarus. So, obviously, you can't really see Belarus here. Belarus. This is Belarus. This is Ukraine. Okay. Belarus is pretty close to Russia. Ukraine is, of course, anti-Russia. But one more thing. You can see here. This is Russia. You see this spot here? This is Russia. And the European Union has 27 countries, isn't it? 27. Of which 25 are in the Schengen area, 25, of which just 2 countries, Ireland and here this island called Cyprus. These 2 countries are not members of the Schengen area. So, Ireland, the Republic of Ireland and Cyprus are not members of the members of the Schengen area, even though they are part of the European Union. So, 25 by 27 European Union members are part of the Schengen area. Fair? So, next time if you wish to travel to Europe, please remember this visa. It's actually become very difficult to get this visa also. Okay. Which country has launched a humanitarian air bridge to Syria? Delivering food, shelter and medical supplies. This is Saudi Arabia, you can see here, and this is Syria. Now, Syria has seen some massive upheaval because of the changes in political fortunes of the Assad family. The Assad family that had ruled Syria since 1967 is out of power. Okay, Hafez Assad's ruled between 67 and 2000, and in 2000 his son Bashar al-Assad came to power. Till recently he was in power. Now he's escaped Russia. Now, Syria, my friends, when we say one militant group called HTS, Hayat Tahrir al-Sham, okay, which is which translates into, an organization that is meant to liberate this area, Levant it's called. Now, I want you to know one more thing. the entire country of Syria is not under the arm of thumb of HTS. Only some portion. This portion is under this. Okay, this portion. That's it. This is again between Kurds, Islamic State, and a lot of other parties as well. Okay. Now I want you to one more thing. Who is running Syria today? Syria's leader is that's called Ahmad al-Shara. Ahmad al-Shara. This is the name of the leader of Syria. Okay. He has his own nickname, Abu Muhammad al-Julani. He is not using that anymore. Okay. Ahmad al-Shara. Now, Syria's capital is Damascus. What is the capital? Damascus. The silk, there is a certain kind of silk called damask. It gets its name from Damascus. Where? Iran, you know you would know the name of the capital. Since you know the name of the capital, I'll just mention the president here, Masoud Pezeshkian. Pezeshkian. Iraqi Prime Minister is a guy called Mohammad Shia al-Sudani. Al-Sudani. This is the name of the Prime Minister of Iraq. Okay. Then we have Turkey. You know the Turkish president is a guy called Recep Erdogan. Recep Erdogan. Saudi Arabian Prime Minister as well as the Crown Prince is Mohammed bin Salman. Lebanon has just elected a new president, Joseph Aoun. Okay, Joseph. Oh man, what is happening? Joseph Aoun is new president of Lebanon, and he will have a prime minister named Najib Mikati. The Prime Minister of Lebanon is Najib Mikati, M-I-K-A-T-I. Okay. You would know the capitals of these places. Say Iran is Tehran. This is Tehran. Iraq, Baghdad. Okay. Turkey, this is Ankara here. Saudi Arabia, where is this? Riyadh. Riyadh is here. Lebanon, Beirut. Okay. Bhuvnesh Kumar recently took charge as the CEO of the UDAI, Unique Identification Authority of India, which is the Aadhaar body. Okay. And Niti Aayog, the CEO is BVR Subramaniam. BVR Subramaniam. National Stock Exchange of India, Ashish Kumar Chauhan. Ashish Kumar Chauhan. SEBI, the chairperson is Madhabi Puri Booch. Multi Commodity Exchange of India, Pravina Rai. Pravina Rai. Okay. Okay, I guess that should be it, my friends. From here, let's look at the next one. Established in 1875, which Indian institution will be completing 150 years of service on 15th January 2025. The India Meterological Department. This is one of the oldest government-owned institutions. In fact, it was started by the British. But I want you to become familiar with this. 1875 is also the year Bombay Stock Exchange was started. When I read this question, the first thing that came to my mind was the Bombay Stock Exchange. The Bombay Stock Exchange was started in the 1875, July 9th, if I'm not wrong, and this was under a tree in Bombay, and it was originally called the Native. What is this, man? The Native, N-A-T-I-V-E, Native Stock and Share Brokers Association. the Native Stock and Share Brokers Association. The use of the word native meant it was only for Indians. Okay. So that is how, in fact, I remember it. Asia's oldest stock exchange, BSC, 1875. Viacom 18 Media is now, of course, a direct subsidiary of Reliance Industries. And remember, it is Reliance has acquired majority share of Disney. Reliance Jio plus Disney Hotstar. It's now one entity. One entity. It owns what? You name any colors channel, they own colors. They own Star Network. They own ETV without Telugu ETV. They own there is one more, yeah. I think Disney. We mentioned they own of course Hotstar itself. Hotstar itself. Fair? So Jio Cinema, all of these things come under the same company now. There is not much to discuss here. Fair? Yeah, by the way, do you know MTV? If you know MTV, you know Nickelodeon. They are all owned by Reliance. Technically, Viacom 18, now Reliance. Dash's Mubadala was the world's most active sovereign wealth fund. Sovereign wealth fund is an investment firm owned by the government of a country. Okay, sovereign, that is the government owns the wealth fund. It accumulates money. They look at how do we take care of the future, how do we maximize value for our country. So what they do is they invest in companies, they invest in bonds, they invest in stocks, they invest in development projects elsewhere. Now there is this country called Norway. Now the answer for Mubadala is the United Arab Emirates. It owns this, but Mubadala's total assets under management, the paisa they have, is $302 billion. That's it. I'll tell you why that's it. Okay. In Norway, there is a company called the Norwegian Wealth Fund is called Pension. Okay. What is it? Pension Global Fund. Sorry. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah. It's called Norway Pension Fund Global. Norway Pension Fund Global. Its total assets are $1,873 billion. That is $1.873 trillion. That is the amount of money they have. How did they get that money? Well, Norway is a major exporter of oil and gas. Okay. So over the years, and considering it's a small population, it has accumulated paisa, and they are preparing for a non-oil future. Okay. So this country invests in this pension fund, invests in a lot of companies around the world. What do? They earn paisa on that. Either when they sell, they look at capital appreciation, that is they bought at 10 rupees, they sell at 25 rupees or whatever the higher price, and they make paisa there. And sometimes they earn dividends, the return on profits. You understand? The return on investment, that is basically dividend here. They make a lot of paisa. Money multiplies money here. One last thing. When we're talking of Mubadala, it's a major investor in geo platforms. Geo platforms. Not only in geo platform, Telegram. They own substantial shares in Telegram. They own, they used to have a large stake in a company called AMD, chip maker, Advanced Micro Devices. They also own, even today, stake in Waymo, WAYMO. WAYMO. Waymo is an autonomous driving vehicle company of Google. This driverless cars, that's a company. WAYMO, Waymo. So they are looking at, they have stakes in all of these companies, my friends. So geo platform, you think of geo platforms, Mubadala. Okay, United Arab Emirates. So, identify the Indian chess player who won a bronze in the women's section of the 2024 World Bridge Championship. We mentioned this, na? Ramesh Babu Vaishali. She, she topped the table in the round robin thing, but unfortunately she lost out and she finished an admirable bronze, my friends. Yeah, pretty young lady, and at such a young age, she is world beater. That's something very commendable. Okay. The country's first ever coastline waders bird census. What's a wader? A wader is a bird that goes around, water bodies, shorelines. Basically, it wades, slowly moves into, steps into, small, low waters and catches fishes, insects, and all that stuff. It digs deep into the coastline and pulls out crabs, small insects that line up the shores. And there you find that birds, that dip into waters and pull out, fishes and all. Those are also called waders. So the government of India has pulled out a census, and this has been done in Gujarat. So why do we need to do this kind of a survey? See, this kind of survey is important to identify migration patterns, habitats of different kinds of birds. Where do they live? Where do they come from? How long they stay here? So this also helps us. All these data helps us streamline conservation strategies. How do we protect them? How do we ensure that they live their lives without disturbance from human activity? Okay. That's a very good one actually. So, Padmashri awardee KS Manal, who passed away recently, who was he? Botanist. I had never heard of this great man, but I read the Wikipedia entry and I found there's something extraordinary about him. He had not only written a lot of books and a lot of research papers, this Keralite great man, also botanist, Keralite great botanist, what he had done was, he translated a Latin book, Hortus Malabaricus, which is the garden of Malabar. It was a book on, the flower species, different flower species in Malabar, Kerala coast. So he actually documented this entire thing. He translated. Now people like us are able to access this. Otherwise, Latin, well, Latin is all Greek and Latin. Not all Greek, it's only Latin to us. We won't understand anything. So it has brought to us, all this knowledge, wisdom of our ancients. Amazing thing, now my friends. Yeah, what people do. Great men, of course. The National Sports Awards 2024 have been awarded, recently, and the Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award, which is the highest award in India for individual excellence. The highest sporting award for individual excellence is named after the great hockey player Major Dhyan Chand. Okay, Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award has gone to all four of them. The current world champion Dammaraju Gukesh, world chess champion, Manu Bhakar, double bronze medalist at Paris Olympics, shooter of course, Harmanpreet Singh, who led India to a bronze medal at the Asian hockey, men's hockey. He is the captain of the Indian hockey team. Praveen Kumar, para-athlete, high jumper, and who also created an Asian record at the recent Paris Paralympics. And all four of them have received the Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award. In the National Sports Awards, again now the same thing, coaches have been, some names are here, and coaches are always given Dronacharya Awards. So these names here, you can see Subhash Rana, Deepali Deshpande, Sandeep Sangwan, S. Muralidharan, Armando Agnello Colaco. So S. Muralidharan and Armando Colaco have been given for lifetime achievement. Okay, it's an amazing honor, my friends, for a lifetime of hard work, a lifetime of dedication to the sport and to coaching, players. You look at this regular category. This is Subhash Rana, para shooting, Deepali Deshpande shooting, and of course Sandeep Sangwan for hockey. So see, this is rewarding lifetime of hard work, my friends, discipline, dedication, and the commitment to helping people do better. Amazing, isn't it? I am greatly in love with anything that talks of hard work in learning. In January 2025, the 31st National Children's Science Congress will be held in Bhopal. The theme will be a clean, I think I'll just put it this way. The theme will be science, technology and innovation. I repeat, science, technology and innovation for a clean, green and healthy nation. Healthy nation. So, science, technology and innovation for a clean, green and healthy nation. That will be the theme of the 31st National Children's Science Congress. Okay. Bhopal, as you know, is the capital of Madhya Pradesh. Yeah. Arif Muhammad Khan is the new governor of oh, it should not be Kerala. He was the old governor of Kerala and he is a new governor of I think I made a blunder there. Okay, he is a new governor of Bihar. He is he was previously the governor of Kerala, and in Kerala, since it's mentioned here, is Rajendra Arlekar. I would not have given this information, but for the fact that the name Kerala, the word Kerala was mentioned. Okay, Rajendra Arlekar is a new governor of Kerala. He takes the place of Arif Muhammad Khan, who has gone to Bihar. Okay. Nitish Kumar, as you know, is the Chief Minister of Bihar. I am not very certain about that previous one. Anyway, January 2025, India extended humanitarian assistance to support the tackling of forest fires in Bolivia. This is Bolivia. This you can see here is Bolivia, my friends. It's named after Sam Bolivar, who fought for the independence, in fact, for this entire region. But this is also the reason why the currency of Venezuela is called Boliviano. What is it? Boliviano. Anyway, so we have Bolivia. Bolivia, shall we look at the leaders or the capitals? Okay, let's look at, in case of Bolivia, both. The capitals are two. One is La Paz. This is one capital, La Paz. The second one is Sucre. Okay. La Paz is the highest capital in the world by altitude. Fair. And the president of Bolivia is Luis Arce. Okay. Since Venezuela is mentioned, I'll just stick to capitals. We've been discussing the leaders, its leader like Nicolas Maduro for a long time. So just for now, Caracas, the capital. Caracas. Colombia, where the president is Gustavo Petro. The capital is Bogota. 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 Uruguay, Montevideo. I'll use red here. The capital is Montevideo. And if you don't know where is Uruguay, this is Uruguay. The first football World Cup in 1930 was held in Uruguay. Okay. Chile, this is Chile. You can see here this tiny, long stretch country. Like a Chile itself. Okay. The capital is Santiago. Santiago. Fair, I guess. In fact, if you must have read about the forest, the fires, forest fires in wildfires in Los Angeles. They have been devastating, my friends. The birthday of Louis Braille is celebrated on World Braille Day, which is on January 4th. January 4th. Okay, he was born, if I'm not wrong, on January 4th, 1809, and he passed away 2 days after his birthday in 1852. Yeah, it's not really required, but look, born, he was born a normal child. At the age of 3, there was an accident. He met with an accident in his father's I think carpentry something unit, where some kind of a small thing went into his eyes, and that that kind of damaged his eye. He lost vision in one of his eyes, and unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that infections in the spread when he was 3 years old. That is 1812 basically. The infection spread, and that also damaged the other eye. Such an unfortunate thing, my friends. Yeah, but he didn't give up, and well, he came up with this Braille reading system. Look, this system till date has been unchanged. How good must the system must have been, my friends? Yeah, the system must be that it remains unchanged even 2 centuries later. So that all goes to the hard work, the dedication of Louis Braille, and that's why we celebrate his birthday on January 4th. Okay. So, according to the State Bank of India's research, okay, on the consumption expenditure survey, India's rural poverty has declined significantly to what? To 4.6% in 2024 compared to 25% in financial year 2012. So, it is in about 10 years, my friends, the poverty has reduced drastically, which also is important. Why? For us to know. See, one is here rural poverty is mentioned. This is rural poverty which has gone down to 4.86%. Urban poverty has also fallen to 4.09% from 4.6%. So, to 4% from 4.6%, which is again a significant drop. But how has it dropped in rural areas? Well, because of a few things. One, the government has been spending a lot of money in rural areas through numerous schemes, livelihood missions like Narega. We have the PM Kisan Nidhi, through which 6,000 rupees is transferred annually to the farming community. And then we have this schemes like Ujjwala, which also has meant that families don't have to spend on fuel and all that. And there is direct benefit transfer. Instead of, in the past, subsidies would go through middle persons or government officers and all. Now they go directly into the accounts of poor people, the beneficiaries. So it also has meant that their leakage in the system has gone down. The money is directly going into the hands. There are a lot of factors, my friends. Plus, the government has spent a lot of money on rural infrastructure, building schools, roads and all that. That has also provided employment to people. Okay. So, all these things have brought down poverty levels. Oh, that's all from me, Bharat Jain. Thank you for being here. Have a lot of fun. Stay curious.